Hello, everyone. It's me, Michael from Liberty City, and today I wanted to make something a little bit more different. I've been making a lot of films lately, but I want something a little bit more personal. And I thought about why not story times? Because I grew up on YouTube. I always liked story times, and and I also like Grand Theft Auto. Why not mix them together, right? And this story is very crazy. This is the story of my school's biggest creep, Ian Brandon fucking Anderson. Now, all my 5 viewers are probably wondering, who is Ian? Why does he have such a big title? What did he do to deserve it? Well, it all started in middle school. It was somewhere around 7th grade, I like to believe. Um, my friend Trevor was friends with him, but I was never really friends with him. We weren't enemies or anything. We didn't dislike each other. Just that, I just vaguely knew him. And there was something off about him, but, I didn't think he was any bad. Me and him did get along, I guess, but, we just didn't really talk until 8th grade. That's kind of when things got a little bit shaky. During 8th grade, I was off doing stuff with my friend group, which consisted of Lester and Trevor. We just did our own thing for a while. But, I guess there were some complications going on behind the scenes with little Ian. It all started, the first semester of 8th grade. He was, smitten over this girl named Jeanette. Really smitten, in love. While she was vaguely into him, because on the second semester we started to talk more, and she revealed that, he was a lot more into her than she was into him. And he would do these crazy things for her, for a chance with her, not to get with her, by the way. One of them was that he dropped his own girlfriend for her. But with me and Jeanette, we kind of had our own little thing going on, but it was nothing that would ever really last whatsoever. Nothing really important to me anymore. But Ian got cut on to that. Ian did. And Ian was not happy whatsoever. Ian was jealous, to say the least. He wasn't jealous enough where he would express it openly, at least towards me. But Jeanette would tell me that he was very jealous in private. Extremely. She never explained to me how he was jealous, but she just said he was very jealous. And me and her, we kind of had fallen out for a second, I guess. I think it all started about some argument about, me not wanting her to do something. It was just stupid middle school stuff, I guess. And I don't mean to call it stupid middle school stuff to downplay. It's just, that's what it was, I guess. Because I couldn't even remember. It was not that important. But with Ian, it was. Because that was his moment to get her. To finally take his chance, if you will. I guess a month or a week later, I can't really remember. They got together. But it wouldn't really end well. She left him after a week. I don't know what the reason was, but after the breakup, she found out that when they were dating, he was cheating. And well, she was not happy. Basically, he cheated on her with both of her friends, one online and one not online, IRL. And it didn't go so well. He was self-pitying and stuff, and he was all sorry, saying that he hates himself too. But, I guess this was the nail in the coffin that made her crawl back to me. Not crawl back, because I think we both crawled back to each other. And, well, this is kind of the start of us, me and Jeanette, getting back together. And I'm guessing that Ian didn't really like that. I don't know why I'm saying I guess, because he was, guilt tripping me and stuff. Because he was pretending to be my friend while talking crap about my own girlfriend at the time. He was like, "You're a godly man. You're a godly man, Michael. This isn't you." This is some movie, and I'm, possessed by this woman. But later down the line, Jeanette would come to me and my friends about what he's been saying about her. And, well, these things were not really good. I guess over the summer when he was in Arizona, he was saying some very graphic things. I won't get too detailed about it, but basically what he was saying was that he was going to come over to our house and try to surgically remove her body parts and sew it onto his online girlfriend's body. His online girlfriend was the same girl he was cheating on her with, since they both like got in a feud. And Ian is a narcissist because he just couldn't see himself being in the wrong. So that's just what happened. I don't want to say narcissist because I just think he's a dumbass, honestly. But what I'm trying to say is that he really couldn't see himself in the wrong in that situation, even though he was the one that cheated. And he lied to me saying that she cheated, which made no sense because I had proof. But when it came time to confront him when he came back to school, he just lied about everything. Lied and lied and lied and lied. And we were not so happy about that. Lester was the one to confront him and say everything. With me, I was just in the back being silent. I didn't know what really to do or say, so I just stood there looking like this. But that was like really it. There's not much we really could have done. It's not like we really had like driver's license because we were just freshmen in high school at this point. So it wasn't like we really could do anything because we couldn't just drive up to his house or anything. And if we tried something during school, well, we were scared of the teachers and staff. We didn't want to risk it for someone as disgusting as that. Unfortunately, this story does not end like that. It wasn't just like one disgusting fantasy he spoke into existence in his Discord server. There was a lot more. So fast forward, this is senior year, so this is like a long time, right? We were just minding our own business. And well, my friends have met this girl. Her name was Marley. She was a freshman and stuff. I didn't really know much about her, nor did I really care to, know her that much. I was kind of doing my own thing because there was a lot of things in the background that was going on. So I kind of had to focus on myself. But she was cool, I guess, But, of course, that is nowhere near where this story ends. It turns out that Ian Brandon Anderson, someone who was about to turn 18, was having a inappropriate relationship with Marley, who is a 14-year-old, fresh out of middle school. He would even say, "Don't tell anyone, because this relationship is frowned upon in society." He would even go on and say that they could have sex when she's legal. That is grooming. That is grooming. No matter how much you try to justify that, that is grooming. Well, when it was time to confront him, weirdly, he did not try to lie through it. He tried to defend it. Here's a little audio slip from it.
Okay.
Why were you saying to her, right, I'm quite literally in love with her when you're 17? She's 14.
It's a 3-year age gap, barely 3 years.
That's still really wrong.
I've done nothing wrong.
Then later down the line, his other defense was, well, I only liked her for her mind, not her body. But then we pulled up this. Well, when he heard this, his defense was, well, I said I was uncomfortable by it because of this screenshot. I think the real reason why he said he was uncomfortable is that he was uncomfortable having a conversation where he would have to acknowledge why it's weird, why you would have to wait that long to have sex with her. He didn't want to acknowledge the fact that he was the very thing he was going after, because he had this big hatred for the people that would do the same thing he was doing. And I even asked him before it, as a little see how he would react. I asked him if that would be okay, like a 17-year-old about to turn 18 to date a 14-year-old, and he said no, it wouldn't be. So even he doesn't agree with what he did. Then at that point, he said he was uncomfortable having the conversation at all. So we decided to go to the principal and, tell the RSLs what's been going on. All of them were very disgusted, but, there's not much they could do since all of it was online. And our state has a very big problem of handling this kind of situations. But we thought it would be important to let the authorities know anyway. And the thing is, this didn't happen too long ago. It was only last year, as in November or December, when this all happened. I think I even posted a community post on the day I confronted him about it. So, the moral of the story is, Don't go after kids. Simple as that. But to end this on a happier note, me and Marla actually became good friends after this. So at least something good came out of this. I know it's really messed up to say about the situation, but you know, whatever.